It's been 2 days since I saw Sho. Okay, so I believe several of you have told me that the guy's name is Sho, pronounced Sho, not Shu, because it does make sense more with the whole Showtime. I don't know. I kind of really like calling him Shu, but I will call him Sho from here on out, just so that half of the LP is spent me pronouncing his name at least this way. But secretly in my head, I still want to call him Shu. It could be that when they finally do end up in a relationship, assuming that's going to happen, that maybe Harkura will call him Shu just as a pet name instead of Sho. But, well, it'd be more accurate to say it's been 2 days since I spoke to him. I gathered my courage to go to Friday's classes, but I sat as far away from where Sho usually sits as possible. I kept stealing glances at him, and once I caught him looking at me too, but I quickly looked away. Oh, don't be like that, you two. He didn't try to approach me either, though. Sho doesn't want to be with me because of his parents. That's all. It's not like it's because of me, exactly. And I don't want to put him in an awkward situation, so this is for the best. It's not like they'd ever approve of us anyway, so it's good we found out before we went any further. Even as I think these thoughts, I can feel my heart threatening to break. My phone starts to vibrate, and I almost just ignore it. But as I roll over in bed, I see the name. Sho. I swallow my sudden anxiety down and pick it up. Gotta face him sometime. Hello? Hey! I can immediately tell from the way he greets me that he's not doing too well himself. Concerned in spite of myself, I sit up hugging my pillow. Oh! Sho, are you feeling alright? Yeah, I'm fine. How are you, though? The hesitance in his low, tired voice makes my chest tighten. Everything's always been so easy with Sho, but now it's so... I'm... okay. Is there a reason you called? Yeah, I just wanted to apologize for not being a good partner again. He laughs, a bitter, self-deprecating laugh. I guess you really should have picked someone else. Oh, Sho, don't be like that. Sho, am I the one who did this to Sho? Have I already been hurting him this whole time? Yeah, sorry, I didn't call to whine to you. I mean, I just wanted to see if you wanted to go out tomorrow. Oh, he still wants to see us! So that I could make it up to you. Go out? With the others? The last sentence just sort of slips out. Of all the things I expected him to say, this is not one. I can hear my heart pounding in the expanding silence of the moment. No, I kind of thought it could just be the two of us. Hold on a second. Yes! Yes! Oh, yes! Okay, where were we? Speechless, I almost dropped the phone. Date? But I squashed down the hope rising within me, or at least I tried to. No way, he must mean something else. Oh, Harkura, how blind are you, dear? This isn't a date, just to be clear. I don't really date anymore. Where's the Price is Right failed horn when you need it? My breath catches in my throat with his almost whispered admission. Oh. What can I say to that? It's embarrassing that he knew what I was thinking. He probably has for weeks now, and he doesn't... I try to keep it together, though, for Sho's sake at least. So it's like an undate? An undate? This time the laugh Sho gives is a lot more real. Yeah, I guess you could say that. He laughed. Good. At this point, it's about all I can do for Sho. But should I? No! Don't hesitate, go. Even if he can't be with me, I think that I do want to be by his side. Just being around him makes me happy. Aww. Of course I'll go. Just text me where you want to meet, okay? Thanks, Harkura. The relief in Sho's voice is apparent, and I know I made the right decision. But there's a question I feel like I have to know the answer to. Sho, what about your parents? They didn't want you to... I don't know what I'm going to do about that right now. But in the meantime, I don't want to abandon you. Aww. Sho. We talk a little more about class and our friends, and by the end of the call, Sho seems a lot more like his old self. I end the call and almost leap off my bed and looked at my closet. Of course, you have to pick out the right outfit for your undate, quote-unquote. Even though it's not a date, it's okay to look nice, right? Let me guess, you're gonna wear the exact same thing that you've been wearing this entire game. Just a guess. I spend the next half hour choosing an outfit that's cute without being too fancy. Again, the exact same thing you've always worn. I settle on a cardigan, white-collared shirt with tights and a skirt. I will believe it when I see it, game. I can't deny there's some part of me that hopes it'll change his mind about me, even if I know that's stupid. But I hope he'll like it. Oh, okay. Well, that's cute. I like her necklace and the flower in her hair. Cute. All right. Thank you, Hakura, for finally putting in some effort here. Way to wait until, you know, he wants to take us on an undate. Sho. I've been standing around on the sidewalk in front of the Blue Sky Cafe for several minutes when I see Sho. I wave frantically at him, though he's looking around like he doesn't see me. He turns around at the sound of his name and then spots me waving. Hakura? Duh, of course, who else? I can't help it today. I'm in such a good mood. I stride right up to Sho and take his arm. People glance at us on the sidewalk, but I don't care. There's been so much going on, I can't remember the last time I got to relax. And I might never get a chance like this again if Sho decides we can't see each other anymore. Oh. So today I'm going to have as much fun as possible with my favorite person while I can. Oh, Hakura called him her favorite person. While we stroll into the building, Sho has been staring at me like I've grown 3 heads. You sure are in a good mood. Of course, I get to hang out with you. Saying something cute like that while looking like that, that's not fair at all, Hakura. What's that? You think I'm cute? No, I mean, yes, but, I just thought your outfit was really cute today. That's all, because it's completely different from everything else you've always worn this entire semester. Thank you. Well, I thought I've never been on an undate before, so I didn't know what to wear. But it's okay. I forgive the fact that Sho is wearing the exact same outfit he's always worn. It suits him, although I would really love for him to maybe change things up and dress up in his, you know, play uniform, his doctor uniform. And anyway, you're definitely doing this on purpose, aren't you? Sho whispered this last bit, and I have to say I do feel a little bit avenged. I know none of this is Sho's fault, but he has been sending me a ton of mixed signals, so it's nice to give him back a bit of his own medicine now that I know where we stand. Good on you, Hakura. Good on you. Alright, no need to pout, I'm sorry. I'll be a good girl. Sho lets out a heavy sigh as we climb the stairs, and I can't help but giggle. We chose to get some lunch at the Blue Sky Cafe since we knew the food and atmosphere there was good. It had the added bonus that, unlike Veritas, no one who knew us would probably be there. I'd even texted Tetsuya to see if he was working today, and Sho said Shinji was going to be practicing with some musician friends all day. Ironically, we were surrounded by couples again. It seemed to be a popular date spot as well. So you said you've been practicing hard for the past week? Yep. Actually, Shinji said I might have been overdoing it. Since the play is over, I've managed to find a lot of time to study. When you guys are at work, I'm studying. I know I probably won't have time once we have to start practicing for the end of the year show. But right now I'm doing well in all my classes as a result. I've actually found that it's starting to come pretty naturally to me again. I even almost beat Shinji once, though his guard was probably down since he didn't expect it. I swirled my coffee around with my spoon, feeling at ease for the first time in a long time. I even love just listening to him talk. Man, I've got it bad. Finally! It makes sense, right? Once you learn all the basics, it starts to get fun. Especially if you're naturally talented, you'll probably be able to think up of all kinds of interesting ways to use your powers. I've been slacking compared to you. I'm really proud of you, Sho. Thanks, Hakura. But you've been working hard too, I know. You had so many classes just dumped on you, not to mention so many things have happened, so you're doing awesome just as you are. Oh, on a date, are we? We both look up at Chisaki, who's again managed to surprise us. Is that like a trait of owning a cafe? Being able to sneak up on people? Oh, hi, Mrs. Yukimura. No, we're not on a date. It's an undate, actually. Chisaki smiles gently, but I see a hint of mischief in there. An undate? That sounds adorable. I've never heard of such a thing. It certainly looks suspiciously like a date, though. What's the difference? She looks pointedly at Sho. I'm not sure how she knows, but it's clear Chisaki understands at least some of the situation. Under Chisaki's polite yet cold stare, Sho shrinks. Does sitting alone with a girl mean it has to be a date? Chisaki's lips spread into an annoying smile. For some reason, I'm reminded a bit of the Cheshire Cat. I do see your point. It's not a good answer in the least, but I'll let it go for now. Whoa, she can be surprisingly blunt when she wants to. Maybe it runs in the family. Sho, however, seems relieved to be off the hook. Should I not mention this to Tatsuya then? I thought it might break his heart, but if it's not a date... Could you not just mention it to anyone? I don't want anyone getting the wrong idea. I look at Chisaki, feeling a mixture of spite and disappointment about Sho's insistence. There's that cat-like grin again. Even though it's not a date? Well, since you chose my cafe to come to your very first undate, I'm feeling generous. My lips are sealed. I hear something distantly crash in the kitchen, and Chisaki's eyes leave us briefly. It seems I have other matters to attend to, so I'll hope to see you both later. She inclines her head slightly. I hope your undate goes well. Maybe undates can, at times, lead to future dates? Without saying anything more, Chisaki floats off, smiling. I look back at red-faced Sho, who lets out another giant sigh. Poor guy looks like he's been through the ringer. Hey, Sho, I was thinking, is it okay if we go see a movie? A movie? What were you thinking? Well, I'm sort of into anime, and there's this one about the end of the world I heard was really good, but it's pretty violent. Oh, so not a romance film or anything? Well, we could if you wanted to. No. I'm not that great with gore violence, but if you really want to see it, I think I can make it through that one since it's an anime. Great. I already looked it up and there's a showing in 10 minutes, so I think we can make it if we rush. Sneaky, Harkura, sneaky. You're learning. Getting up, I put down my half of the bill. Sho looks like he wants to say something, but I pull him up by the arm. Okay, let's go. 2 hours later, we walk out of the movie theater. Sho seems to be quietly thinking, but I can't shut up about it. That was so good. I can see why it's so popular now. The story is so amazing, I never know what's going to happen next. It was a really good movie. I don't usually watch too many things like that, but I'm glad I did. I think experiencing lots of different things helps my acting a lot. I smiled back at Sho, glad that he was able to appreciate it. I was a little nervous when he started covering his eyes, but oh, that's adorable. It was really cute, and it turns out he liked it anyway. I checked my phone since I'd heard it vibrate during the movie. There's a text from my dad. Huh? Harkura, is something wrong? Oh no, I forgot I have a party today. What? Really? Is it tonight? Yeah, it's some Karo mansion or something. Oh, it's not a friend of mine or anything. It's a business party my father asked me to attend with him. Seriously? I'm supposed to go to that party too? Really? What for? Oh, he says, seriously? I'm supposed to go to that party too. Huh. What a coincidence. Really? What for? I thought it'd just be all old rich people. Oh, I sort of gave myself away there. But Sho doesn't seem to notice. Actually, my parents asked me to go. They never invite me to anything, but I guess my siblings must be too busy to go or something. Sho. No, I'm not going to let anything ruin our time together. An idea comes to me just then. Well, what if we go together then? Together? Well, yeah, it makes sense, right? I'm going, you're going, and we're already here together. I just mean as friends. I'll probably be with my father most of the time anyway. Oh, yeah, sure, that makes sense. It's pretty obvious when you put it that way. Yes. Oh, Sho. So glad that you're not as bright. Well, he probably is. He probably saw right through that and just played along. Great! I'm sure it'll be a lot less boring this way. Oh, but I totally forgot to buy a dress. What? Really? Then we have to go get one now. This time it's Sho who grabs my hand. He starts dragging me towards the upscale side of this district. We don't have a lot of time for either one of us to get ready for the party, so we can't really afford to be picky. I know a good place though, so don't worry, you're in good hands. Oh, I know, Sho. Alright, I trust you. Oh! I look down at his hand as we walk. So he's even good at things like this. Yeah, I'm glad I came with Sho today. I try to tame the giddiness at the thought of getting to go to a party with Sho, but eventually give up. Maybe tonight will be as fun as today was too. Oh! Wow! Oh, Harkora. Wow, we're going through outfits like crazy this chapter. Gee, I love her hair. Oh, I love her hair. Is that like a butterfly in the flat? Ooh, oh, mwah. Beautiful, beautiful. Sho, this man, this guy, he's got it. This place looks awesome with the like angel wings and almost like a phoenix wings, and that almost like looks like Harkora kind of with her hair the way it is right now. Foreshadowing anybody? Foreshadow? No. I step into the ballroom, having made it just in time after getting ready. I'm a little out of breath from the steps leading up to the mansion. I can't believe what I'm seeing though. The sheer fact that there's a mansion secluded in the mountains stunned me, but this... I've never seen so much grandeur. I only get to absorb a tiny bit of the ballroom, but I notice someone walking up to me. Sho? Oh, Sho. He's all dressed up again in this lovely brown suit and orange tie, my favorite color. So it is you. I mean, I recognize the dress we picked out, but he's stunned. That's it. Reel him in, Harkora. This is it. Reel him in while he's vulnerable. You look beyond beautiful. Oh, thank you. You look very hot. But I'll say very handsome too. I mean, yeah, you know. I sigh. Can I ever just not be awkward for once? Still, hearing that from Sho makes me feel so happy I could practically float. Thanks. I'm used to having to clean up for acting, though I still prefer my normal clothes. Yeah, that's fine. Every now and then, you know, you can dress up in your dress-up clothes too. Or undress out of your dress-up clothes, but, you know, first things first. He bows slightly and holds out a hand. Shall we? All right. Just as we start walking, I see someone familiar in the crowd of mingling people. This better not be Miss Dark Phoenix, Miss Jean Grey. Oh, okay, good. Mrs. Yukimura. Chisaki turns to us. The skirt of her white ball gown spins gently with her movements as the diamonds embedded in the gown sparkle. She is very pretty. I let out a little gasp. She's gone from elegantly cute to looking like an actual fairy? Dragon? Queen? Ah, good evening, Miss Angel. You look simply lovely tonight. I admit, though, I am surprised to see you here. Chisaki speaks even more formally than usual here, and my experience as a wealthy socialite kicks in. I give a little bow. Good evening, Miss Yukimura. You look divine. I, too, am surprised to see you here. I'm here at the request of my father. I am here at the invitation of some of my extended family, the Hatoris. I can't hide my shock at this one. The Hatoris? I instinctively look towards Sho, who's smiling. Yep, bet you didn't know me and Tetsuya are cousins. Oh, interesting. At this point, I'm not sure if my eyes can go any wider. Cousins? Chisaki smiles serenely at me. Yes, I'm truly shocked that neither Sho nor Tetsuya have mentioned it to you before. My adoptive mother, Anda, is the sister of Sho's grandmother. I continue to stand there with my mouth hanging open for another moment before I remember how to close it. A dragon and phoenix. I didn't know such a thing was possible. Then again, it's not like I know anything about this world, so why not? And if I may ask, who might your father be? I scan the room looking for him when I spot him with a group of older gentlemen, a cocktail in hand. I gesture towards him. Oh, there's my dad. That's him, my stepfather. My dad's pretty handsome too. He's dashing. Love his hair. Now it's Chisaki's turn to be surprised. I feel a little vindicated seeing her eyes widen, knowing she can lose her cool. Truly? Mr. Shinamura? She, apparently regaining herself, smiles at me. I had no idea. Wait, you mean that's Shinamura, like Shinamura Electronics? I smile at Sho, who still seems to be a little confused. It's usually a fact I find annoying, but I'm proud to be father's daughter tonight. Yes, the CEO, Rokuro Shinamura, is my father. Before anyone has a chance to respond, two familiar-looking people approach. Chisaki, is that you? I recognize the voice, though not the face. In a simple red formal gown stands Sho's mother, Dr. Hotori, and next to her, her husband. So it really is true. They're related. I glance back at father, who happens to be looking my way at the same time. His smile softens immediately, and I feel an ache in my chest. Dad, I've missed him so much. I didn't even realize it until now. Barely realizing what I'm doing, I vaguely excuse myself and walk towards my father. He keeps a steady smile and starts approaching me before anyone can start talking to him. Hakura, I'm so happy to see you. You look very beautiful tonight. Very much like your mother. I stop and look up at father, whose voice trembles slightly at the mention of Shizuka. Ooh, music change. That's not cool. Normally she would be the one here on his arm, and they'd be the talk of the ball as usual. My eyes glaze over for a minute unexpectedly, feeling nostalgic and somehow sad. I touch father's arm, wanting to comfort him somehow. I can't even imagine how horrible he must feel right now. Father takes me into a strong hug. Dad? It's only been a few months since we've seen each other, but I've missed you so much. Me too, Dad. Dad is such a strong person. All I've been doing is moping around about my issues, but here he is, handling his responsibilities like always, smiling in front of me. I need to become stronger so that Dad can rely on me too. We pull apart gently and I offer my hand out to Father. Well, shall we make the rounds then? It seems you've done some growing while you were away. You used to hate doing this. Father takes my hand and starts leading me into the crowds. It's not about whether I like it or not, but rather about what needs to be done. Besides, I do like spending time with you, Father. Father takes me around to various people at the party, introducing me and getting to know potential business partners. At some point, I finally noticed the phoenix murals on the ceiling and realized this party must be being thrown by a phoenix. I turn to my father, who's conversing with some younger men and women. Does he know? I swallow hard. The thought that even Dad would be hiding something like that from me. Just the fact that he was married to Shizuka and that he's here now probably means... I look up and happen to lock eyes with Sho. This has been happening all night. Sho and I stealing glances at each other and our eyes happening to meet. Maybe some people would call this romantic, but it simply hurts that I just can't go to be with him. I force myself to turn away. No, I promise myself whatever happens I'm going to be stronger for Dad, no matter what secrets he might be keeping from me. It's just one night. You can do this, Hakura. It's nearing the midpoint of the party, and I hear the host will be giving a speech soon. I'm so tired, I can't wait to get home already. As has become habit, I look around and spot Sho. My eyes widen when I see that he's coming over to me. Sho? He seems to be mouthing something at me. Save a dance for me? Yes! I nod slightly. I can't believe he's actually going to ask me. May I have this dance, my lady? Huh? I feel like I recognize the man that seemed to suddenly appear, but I am so completely stunned by his beauty and presence that it feels like my brain has stopped working. Did I startle you? I apologize. If so, but I was asking for a dance with you. With me? I look around to see who else he could be talking to, but there's no one except my father and the group he has with. They now seem to be watching us. Of course, I have not been able to forget you since I first saw your face. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Julius Caro, the owner of this mansion and the host of this party. He's also a phoenix? Or is he a vampire? Julius has a small bow, and I see that almost everyone in the room has their eyes on us. I look a little behind him and see that Sho has stopped where he is. He mouths, next time then? Oh! My heart feels like it's going to break in two, but then I feel a hand on my shoulder. I look up and see that it's my father's. Thank you for inviting us, Mr. Caro, and for asking my daughter to dance. Father looks at me and I can see he's urging me. I see. It'd be rude to turn down the host, especially someone who's clearly so influential. I try to calm down, but it seems near impossible with a statuesque man in front of me. I give a small bow, and that's when I realize. This is the man I ran into that night. You just realized that now. I try to calm myself and hold my hand out to Julius. He gracefully takes it, and my traitorous heart starts hammering away at the feeling of his large, warm hand on mine. Stop that. It's Sho you want to be dancing with after all. I know. He's not my type. I'm sure he's very attractive to many people, but again, guys with long hair, not my physically, superficially is not my type. Doesn't do it for me. As I step out onto the ballroom dance floor, I look for Sho. When I spot him, I wish I hadn't. I can't stand to look at him, and I'm so almost grateful when Julius moves into my view. Look at how sad! Look at how sad Sho is! Oh, this is painful. So painful. He places his palm face up, and I meet him with mine. His fingers intertwine with mine quickly, greedily. In almost the same motion, he puts his arm around my waist and pulls me to him roughly. Whoa! But Julius stops our bodies from touching, just barely. He's such a tease. He's good at this, I have to admit. As he leads me into the dance, I think I could feel the raw masculinity emanating from his body heat. And maybe something more? Being so close to him... okay. Being so close to him, I can't quite comprehend what's happening, but at least my body remembers what to do. Julius leans in then, his face so close to mine. I can see his smooth, white porcelain skin and chiseled features extraordinarily clearly, and I swallow hard. My lady, would you be so terribly kind as to agree to a simple request? Depends on what the request is, sir. I'd like you to listen to me speak about a goal of mine, in fact. One that's very close to my heart. You mean the heart that you are afraid somebody would pound a stake through, sir? Yes, that would be fine. Keep it together, Harkura. Everyone is watching you, especially Sho. Ah, thank you, my lady. Even though I am a stranger, you do me a great kindness. You see, my goal is something I have been working towards for many, many years. And recently I've come to learn about a tool that will help me achieve that dream very soon. This is truly a stroke of luck, yes? It certainly seems so. Unfortunately, the tool, like any, has to be honed in order to be properly used. One might even say that to use it, it must be broken first. My lady, I think you might be surprised to learn that the tool, in fact, Julius pulls me close as we prepare for a twirl, is you. What? Huh? That's ominous. Julius spins me away from him. In that moment, I see the smiling face of my father waiting in the crowd. Trying to keep my composure, I gave him an awkward smile back, then inside, what is going on? I want nothing more to run to my father and get away from this horrifyingly beautiful man, but Julius twirls me back to him and we end up closer than before. Now, that will not do. Such a look of horror on such a pretty face. Does it no justice? No, my sweet butterfly. If you are thinking of telling anyone what I've said here, you should remember that we are surrounded by innocents. Would you enjoy it if harm came to them? Oh, this is creep-tastic. Or if you prefer, perhaps something terrible could befall your loving father instead. Oh, you just went there, sir. What do you want with me? Julius tips me just then, and I feel my heart pound with its red gazing eyes into mine. Eyes gaze into mine, shining with something I can't quite place. Help! Sho, help! Our noses are almost touching, and I can feel his hot breath on my lips. All I want is all that you are. That is creepy! All I want is to see you broken and shattered. I will have your powers for myself. My body shivers involuntarily, but inside all I feel is an intense primal fear growing. My ritual will see to that. Julius picks me up and we continue sweeping across the floor, though my body has gone long past numb. Part of that ritual means you'll be stabbed over and over. Wow! Okay. Wow. What do you think will happen to a being that cannot truly die? What will happen if the being never truly lived? Can a thing like you even feel pain? Would anyone even miss a pretty doll like you who can play at being alive? Okay, this guy needs a slap across the face, but I feel like he's not gonna let me do that. Julius suddenly closes the remaining distance between us, pressing me up against his hard body. I do so often think on these questions. I admit I'm very excited at the prospect of finding the answers. What are you? But fear not, my sweet butterfly. I will remold your pathetic existence into something useful. Be proud. Your sacrifice will be the foundation on which the true phoenixes rise again. Oh, he's probably in cahoots. He's definitely in cahoots with Jean Grey. Somewhere distantly, I realize that song is coming to an end. Even though we were so close together, I can barely feel it when he releases me. I stand completely still as he bows to me and walks away. I can see the satisfied grin on his terrifying face from here, and I suddenly want to vomit. My father starts to approach me from the other side of the room. Hakura, are you feeling alright? His voice snaps me out of my daze. But then I start to panic. Dad, I'm fine. I just need some air. Without looking back, I run out of the ballroom. I ended up picking up my dress and running straight out of one of the wings of the mansion. Almost in tears, I stumbled down the dark mountain steps, waiting to distance myself from the party as much as possible. Julius's cruel words ring in my head, resonating with all of the doubts I'd locked up within myself. Would anyone even miss a pretty doll like you, who can only play at being alive? I slowed down once I reached the pier's railing, unable to go any further. So it's true then, I'm really not real. I'm just a copy. I'm not even really alive. I don't have a soul. When I die, that's it. It'll be like I never really existed at all. Because all I've ever been was a shadow of Shizuka. The only reason I was brought into this world was to be a tool. Maybe it's fitting that my existence ends serving as one. But why do I have to suffer at the hands of someone so twisted? I'm feeling so many things. Anger at Julius and his horrible words, hopelessness and overwhelming fear of Julius and my own morality. I'm too wrapped up in my own head to notice when someone comes out to stand beside me. I have a feeling I know who it is. Hakura? I look at him dully, too full of emotion to feel any surprise. I don't know what my face looks like, but Sho seems to understand because he immediately sweeps me into a tight hug. This hug, it feels different from any of his other touches. It feels desperate, and yet protective. I don't try to move, I just sink into the warmth that is Sho's embrace. His gentle and deep compassion. It's like the sun warming my face after an eternity of wandering in darkness. My tears start flowing freely and I begin to openly sob like a child. Sho only tightens his hold on me and gently rubs my back in response, and I start crying harder. I finally start to notice little things like the lovely scent of peaches that comes from Sho's hair, the sparkling stars above, and the soft sound of waves lapping. In response, my breathing slows, and so does my tears. After I don't know how long, they come to a complete stop. I slowly separate from Sho. It's hard to tell in the low light, but is he blushing? Sho, you can look at me now. I'm finished. Sho shyly looks at me with his gold eyes, and I'm stuck with a sense of deja vu. This has happened before, hasn't it? Only now the roles are reversed. Thank you, Sho. That's so sweet. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that setup of that. Of course, just repaying the favor. I don't know what happened, but I'm here if you need me. Oh right, he doesn't know what Julius said. But how do I bring myself to tell him? Is it even okay to tell him? What if Julius hurts Sho? I can't keep secrets from him. I can't keep secrets from him. Sho should know. I want to tell you, Sho, but it's really awful. If I tell you, you might get hurt, or you might even hate me. I don't know what else to do, though. I could never hate you. One of my friends, Hakura. Oh, here we go. If you don't know what to do, let's figure it out together. I'm glad Sho's the person I care about most, so I'd hate to keep a secret from him. Exactly. I bend over to slide off my shoes and sit down, my legs hanging over the pier. I lean on the middle railing and sigh. Sho follows suit, sitting down and swinging his legs over the side. It's about that guy I danced with, Julius. I could swear I see Sho frown when I say dance, but maybe that's just wishful thinking. I knew it. Something about that guy rubbed me the wrong way the minute I saw him. And then when you ran off right after, I knew it had to have been something he said. What could he have said to make someone like you react that way, though? It's hard to explain. I guess I should just tell you exactly what he said. And did. I launched into a description of what happened. It's so vivid in my mind I find myself unable to skip over a single terrible detail. The aggressive way he danced with me, contrasting with his polite words. His change into some kind of horrifying demon when he told me that what he was going to do to me. Sho is practically bristling with unseen rage by the time I'm done. After a few moments of seeing and processing what I said, Sho finally speaks. What does he mean by you're not real? Of course you're real, you're right here. He means... It's about how I got these powers. And my mother. Your mother? I nod and began quietly telling him about my mother and the fateful weekend that led up to me getting my powers. This time when I finish, Sho seems to be stunned in silence. Or perhaps a quiet horror. That's... Sho wraps me up into another hug. This one more desperate than the last. I don't understand why you had to go through all of that. I can't believe you've been dealing with something that heavy by yourself all this time. You've always been so patient and kind with me while I complained about my own small problems. I had no idea. But Harkura, you have to know that you are real. You're right here with me. Oh, Sho. Oh, so good. So good. I've already pointed out, a lot of the flaws about this game so far, but I have to say, the story is engaging, for me at least. I love the writing, I love the setup, and quite frankly, this is the longest Otome game that I've played. Probably about 3 or 4 times longer than most Otome games. I love the length of this, and again, it allows for a better pacing. It allows for these characters' relationship to grow more naturally instead of just, hey, yeah, let's jump into bed with each other and get jiggy. This is really cool. I that is one thing about this game that I think executed well was the pacing. And Sho's just adorable. You're warm and soft. You laugh, you cry. If that isn't real, then maybe I'm not either. Harkura, I won't let anything happen to you again. And neither will the other guys. Please, just try to rely on us a little more. My knight in shining armor. I don't know what to say to all of this, so I simply nod in his embrace. But he doesn't let me go. Sho, thank you. I don't know when it happens, but his tender warmth and faint scent of peaches ends up lulling me to sleep.